Hi, hello. For those who are catching the replay, I am going to give a few minutes while I get us loaded on Instagram Live and a few other places. So give me a second. Okay. When you have multiple pages on the same platform, it takes a minute. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, looks like I am both on Instagram and Facebook. I'll give a couple of minutes, not really a couple of minutes, but I'll give a little time for people to get on. This is a new series that we are starting where I will come on every Friday during lunchtime, noon, to share different topics related to the blogging and online content creator world, and share a little bit about the Houston African American Bloggers Association, as well as our upcoming blog boot camp. This is our third year with the blog boot camp. So we're excited about that. Trying to give people a little time to come on. The series will be every Friday starting today. Today's the first one until August 5th. August 4th. August 4th is the Friday before the boot camp. So I will be here every Friday, rain, shine, travel plans, whatever. I will be here. Okay, thank you. I will be here. So you may see me in the car sometimes. That's okay. I will be here every Friday at noon to share with you. I have lots of notes. This is not a lesson or anything of that nature, but I do have some things I want to share with you, particularly about this topic. What does your tribe do for you? So I'm trying to go just a couple more seconds, and then I will begin to share. And this is a Q&A. So every Friday, please feel free to, post your questions either on Instagram Live or on Facebook Live, and I will be sure to answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you I don't know the answer, and we'll have to find that information out. But more than likely, myself or someone in the group can get that information to you. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to introduce myself and the association so you know who I am and what HAB is all about. We call it HAB in the group because nobody wants to sit there and say 5 words every time we have to talk about the group. So we just say HAB. So whenever you hear anyone say HAB, they are talking about the Houston African American Bloggers Association. We left off that last A because HABA is a very weird word to pronounce. So we'll just say HAB and leave off that last A, but let's go ahead and get started. So my name is Bernetta R. Freeney. Yes, I say R, I go by my middle initial, and I am the organizer of the Houston African American Bloggers Association. You see why we say HAB now? And so I will not be saying Houston African American Bloggers Association throughout this video or throughout this series. I'll say it at the beginning for new people, but after that you will hear HAB. We are HAB for the rest of this video. HAB helps our members get paid, gain exclusive access to high connections, and stay up to date on the latest industry news, trends, and strategies. We do this because we know how challenging it is for African American voices to not only be heard, but to be respected and accepted in the online content creator world. So that is who we are and why we do what we do in a very, very brief way. But over the course of the next 7 weeks, you will get to learn a lot more about us and what we do for our members and what we do here in the Houston community. Okay, so now you know a little bit about us. About who we are and why we exist. Let's dive deep into what tribe actually means. I usually go off on a little tangent here and there with stories. They're funny. So here's your first story. I teach a civics class for refugees who want to become U.S. citizens. And yesterday, one of the vocabulary words that they had to learn was tribe. We started literally with the beginning history of the United States. And so tribe, because we were talking about Native Americans, was the word. And so, so my students were like, tribe. What is a tribe? And I'm like, that's what you have to tell me. That's the vocabulary word. So they looked at the options for the definitions. And they're like, group of people who do what? So I wanted to start our series with, what does a tribe do for you? We all know what a tribe is, okay? I'm going to give a definition in just a moment of what a tribe is. But I wanted to dive deep into what your group of people can do for you. And if you don't have a group of people, then learn more about HAB and see if we can be your group of people to help you reach your goal for your online platform. Okay, so here's the definition of tribe that I've come up with. This probably will not be found in a dictionary, even the Urban Dictionary. Okay, it's a group of people who not only share your ideals about a common thing, but push, encourage, and sometimes challenges you to get to your goal. They want to see you succeed and will support your efforts, as long as those efforts aren't foolishness. We do need to have some boundaries. So that is my definition of tribe. Okay, people who will be there for you, who will check you, but also will not accept your foolishness. Okay, so that is a tribe. That's what HAB is for our members. I tell members I'm not overly sensitive, so when they make comments or something on us improving the association, I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, the association is about all of us, and it's not just about me, or it's not just about one of the other leaders. I may be more associated with the association, as my name and face are linked to it in many circles, but that's okay. This association is not about me. This association is about a common theme, and that is to help African American bloggers in Houston get paid and learn what to do to grow their platform, whether they want to build it into a business or they just want to play around and have something to do. Whatever their goal is, HAB is there to assist them to make that goal a reality. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of history about HAB so you understand how our tribe was built, and then you will get a little bit of information about how our tribe has developed to offer our members what it does, and how we decided to branch out of just helping our members and started to open it up to non-members as well. Okay, and if you see me looking down, like I said, I have notes. I don't want to miss anything. I took notes to make sure that I tell you, what does your tribe do for you? Because tribe is a big topic right now. I know Blogalicious, that's their theme for their conference this year, and it's really becoming a trendy word that people are using. However, people need to understand what a tribe is, because once you understand what a tribe is, then you will be able to understand what a tribe can do for you. Okay? A tribe cannot help you if you don't understand the role that the tribe has to play in your life, whether it's personal or professional. And we're talking right now in a professional sense of how this tribe can help you. Okay, HAB was started as a Facebook group in 2012. So I did not start HAB. For those who are just joining, HAB stands for Houston African American Bloggers Association. Okay, mouthful. Every time I say that somewhere, they're like, say it again, slow. I need people to understand we are HAB. Like, learn the acronym for us. But it started as a Facebook group. I did not start this group. I came on board in 2014, November 2014, to kind of help get it into a little bit of a more structured direction, a little bit more organized. And then the other leaders kind of just, life happened and I was by myself. And about April or May 2015, the co-organizer, Charlotte Jackson, came on board to help. She didn't know she was going to be the co-organizer at that moment, but she became it. She just didn't know it. But she came on board, and by June 2015, I was the organizer. Charlotte was the co-organizer, and I was given the group by the person who started it. I had this idea that Black bloggers needed a safe, sacred space to learn, grow, communicate, bench, whatever we needed to do. And I was literally just handed this group with no blueprint. So let's see how Charlotte and I developed HAB into a tribe where we are open to accept any African American voice to the collective that lives in Houston, has their own platform, and you really want to belong to a group to help you reach your goal, whatever goal that is. Within a month, maybe 6 weeks, Charlotte and I has set up all the social media, got it together. She became in charge of the social media. We decided to do monthly trainings for the members. We decided to do a boot camp. At that time, it was members only. So we started it in August 2015. We brought in big names like the Kirby Fastanisha, Christine St. B., Amber Wright. Like, we brought in these big names to train our members on different topics. So we started monthly trainings. We were doing meetups, but they were for members only. So 2015, we were really trying to create a space where members could come both in person and online, connect, collaborate, and try to make that cash. Then we decided towards the end of 2015, like, hey, we need to really make this more legit. We need to formalize it, because this is something that could potentially be very beneficial to a lot of people, and we needed to be more organized. I'm a little OCD that way. I like things to be done correctly. So 2016, Charlotte and I filed the paperwork with the state to become a nonprofit corporation. So HAB is officially a nonprofit corporation with the state of Texas. We are the first membership organization for African American bloggers for a particular city in the country. Okay, I don't think people understand how big of a deal that is. There are a lot of blog groups out there. They're either just Facebook groups, unofficial, not formal, or they are a business where one person is in charge and that one person is making all the money, and then it trickles down to everyone else. We are a collective. Everybody has say so in the group and everybody can give input. We have 4 leaders because we do most of the work, but everyone gets to contribute to the collective. When you are in a tribe, you should be able to participate in the tribe in many different aspects. You shouldn't just be told what you can and cannot do within that group. I don't think that's really a tribe. I think that's more of a dictatorship or something of that nature. Okay, so we held our first co-working day January 2016. 50-something online content creators as far away as Prairie View University signed up, attended. We collaborated with Juan, who is going to be one of our speakers for the boot camp. His organization, he is co-founder of the Hispanicize Texas organization. Hispanicize is one of the largest, they are the largest Hispanic content creator conference out there, and they decided to have a Texas one. So Juan and Sandra Fernandez, and then the Houston Latino bloggers, they collaborated with us, supported us, and helped us launch our very first non-member event. So we are very, very grateful to have those connections and those collaborations with people and with other blog groups in the city. So even though HAB is for African American bloggers, our public events are for anyone who's interested in attending. And we also collaborate with other blog groups, Houston bloggers, when Houston fashion bloggers existed, Thrive Blog Conference. We do awesome, who else? Other blog groups. We do collaborate with them, because what we learn from them, what we do with them, we bring back to our members, and we make sure that they get maximized benefit from those collaborations and those partnerships that we are creating for HAB. Okay, so let's fast forward to today. We are now a leadership team of 4. We have a membership. We have amazing content creators in our membership. We've held our 2nd annual co-working day. We're still providing monthly trainings. We have our 3rd annual boot camp coming up August 5th. And we started adding social type of things where we host meetups at Black-owned businesses here in the city. So we did one at Hank's. We had like an ice cream social. And it was a lot of fun. I had never been to Hank's. I've heard of Hank's before. I went to Hank's. Ice cream is amazing. My family has been back several times. Now my nephews, every time we get in the car, they're like, are we going to Hank's? They fell in love with the ice cream. Even my mom is like, I need you to drive all the way over to Hank's and get me some butter pecan ice cream. So needless to say, my family has become customers of Hank's after our ice cream social. So that is one thing we want to do, is try to host events at different Black-owned businesses around the city, so that you, number one, learn about that business, come and patronize that business, and then you also get to meet some of us and ask us more questions about HAB and see if we are the tribe for you. Okay, one really cool thing that we've done as an organization is we've worked with some pretty cool brands over the last year and a half. We've worked with Groupon, we've worked with Toyota, we've worked with the SWAC Championship. We attended the Black Enterprise Summit recently. I'm trying to think some of the other. You gotta go to our site. We've worked with a lot of Houston African Fashion Week. We did that as well. So these are some of the things that we've been able to do and provide opportunities for our members to have access to these high connections. Because once you start communicating with certain PR people, like the PR people who were associated with Target and the SWAC Championship, guess what? They're going to keep you in their Rolodex, and they're going to contact you when they have other clients and they have other things that come up in the city. We make sure that our members are known to these PR companies. As the organizer, it is one of my responsibilities to contact every PR person I can find in the city of Houston and say, hey, check out these content creators, contact them. They can work with one of your clients. And they do contact our members. But if you are working by yourself and you're trying to get known by yourself, how far are you getting by yourself? If you are with a tribe and there are multiple people speaking on your behalf, how far can you get with that many people speaking up for you? The reason you need a tribe, you want people to speak up for you on your behalf. You want people to say, hey, you know what? Check out this blogger, really awesome blog, and they start passing your name around. I've blogged since 2009. Fabulous, one of our other organizers, thinks she's been blogging a little bit longer than I have, but as organizers, as leaders of the group, it is our job to help you get paid. At least that's what I see it as. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my shirt says Black Girl Magic CEO. My cousin's business did this. And yes, I bought it, even though she's my cousin. I did not ask her for a free shirt because this is her business. But yeah, if you go to, she's on Instagram, Free Magic, and that's with a J, MAJIK, Free Magic. You can find out how to get one of these shirts. But we as the organizers, we want to help you get paid. When I started blogging with Women Are Game Changers in 2011, within 6 weeks, I was already getting paid for blogging. Within a year, I was already known as a blogger in this city. In fact, many people didn't even know there were other Black bloggers. Oh, you're welcome. That there were other Black bloggers in the city. The reason a lot of people know my name or know of me is because I put in the work to be known. So with that being said, as the organizer of HAB, I have a Rolodex unlike a lot of other bloggers. People may be popular with a large number here in the city, but people may not know them. I was in Atlanta just last week. I walked into the room and people knew my name. Why? Because I put in the work over the last 5.5 years to be known as a blogger in Houston. I wanted to be associated with the city I live in and that I am a blogger. I am a podcaster, but that's a totally different topic. However, those people from around the country, they help HAB in so many different ways. So many opportunities have come to our members based on my connections that I've made with other leaders of other blog groups around the country. So if you want to have access to opportunities that you may not be able to find on your own, you really need to find a tribe. Now, there are a lot of blog groups on Facebook. I mean, it's a bazillion of them. But how many of those blog groups answers your questions without being condescending? How many of those blog groups actually help you without giving you a link to PayPal? How many of those blog groups actually provide tangible information that you can use? How many of those blog groups actually gives you resources that you can use? And how many of those blog groups actually are about seeing you succeed and not just the leader of the group succeed? If you can name any blog group that answers all those questions, that's going to be HAB. I am biased, but that is HAB. We purposely made it where it's not about one person, it is about all of us. And if one person is struggling in the group, we're going to help that one person get back on track. Okay. Okay. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. We are gearing up for our third annual blog boot camp, August 5th, August 5th, August 5th. It is always the first Saturday in August. That just makes it easier for us if we just tell people now, first Saturday in August, every August is our blog boot camp. We are hosting it at the lovely Houston Business Lounge, which is a Black-owned co-working space in Houston. Like I stated earlier, we try to have our events at Black-owned businesses in the city. Like our Christmas party was at Hank's Barbecue. Some of our meetings have been at Hank's Barbecue. We love Hank's Barbecue because they were the first business in the city to support HAB. And so we will always be forever grateful that they took a chance on a bunch of bloggers, even though they didn't know what we were, what we did, and they have supported us over the last few years. So thank you to Hank's. But our blog boot camp, we decided to make it public because other people were asking. Other people were asking if they could attend because the first boot camp was for members only. We thought we would create it so that members can learn from other powerful influencers that we brought in. Well, more people wanted to come. Last year we had it online. This year we decided to have in-person blog boot camp for members and non-members. We are at half capacity already. We just opened up tickets in May and we're already half full. So if you want to come and you want to learn from people like Juan, who is Juan Alliance, he is the largest Mexican American blog in the country. How did he get there? He's going to share. We have Tristan Sutton, who is our keynote speaker. He is going to talk about personal branding. And the reason I thought he would be a great keynote speaker, how do you get known as an insurance man? Insurance is such a boring industry. It really is. And so how did Tristan go from just being a person who owned an insurance? Oh, great. Can't wait to meet you. But how did Tristan go from owning an insurance company? Because I remember the first time I met him, I actually met his wife first, and then I met him. And then I didn't know that was his wife until I was friends with both of them on Facebook, and they were talking to each other. I said, oh, they're all married. But anyway, I met Cece. I was speaking at an event, and she was there. And so we met that way. And then I met Tristan at a networking event. It was like 100 women in there and 5 guys, and all of the guys were like lined up on the wall together. It was like they were scared because there was so many women in there. But anyway, so I've known Tristan for a while. The reason I thought Tristan would be a really great keynote is because he took being just the owner of an insurance company and he has created this whole brand about himself. He and his wife just launched a radio show about marriage, and this last one that came on Wednesday with Marcus D. Wiley and his wife Erica, I laughed through the whole thing. It was such a really good episode. And then next week they're going to have Tracy McGrady and Clorinda McGrady on the show. Long story short, y'all know I can get long-winded, but I thought Tristan would bring value to those people who would say, I only have 1,000 people following me on all my social media. How can I get noticed? How can I make myself stand out? If he can stand out with all these insurance companies, all these insurance agents in the city of Houston and be known as the insurance man, then I really think you should be at the blog boot camp because you may pick up some things from him. Then we are going to have 2 panels. One panel is going to be on like technology and curation. It's going to have Denise Hamilton, Gary, and Lee, I believe. I don't have everything in front of me. Y'all know I'm not tech savvy. I cannot open and close windows because I'm afraid that something will break. So everything's here. But I'm excited because Denise runs a tech company here in Houston. There's not many tech companies in Houston, and there's not many tech companies owned by a Black woman. And so Denise is going to come and share on the panel. The other panel is going to be myself and Crystal Knight of Naturally Happy Hair. I've known Crystal 6 years now, a very long time. And Crystal and I are going to talk about how we have been able to take a new medium, blogging, and create traditional media from it. She created a magazine and I created a talk show from my blog. I was approached by a local a local station. They randomly saw me online, went to my blog, they liked the content, and they gave me a show. So that was very exciting because I was like, I'm on my way to be an Oprah, y'all. So Crystal and I are going to share how our content got us noticed and we were able to create traditional media from those blogs. Okay. Just trying to make sure I share everything with you guys. And then we are going to do something really cool that Michelle is another organizer. So you've heard the 4 organizers. Charlotte's the co-organizer. eFabulous is our branding maven. And Michelle is our secretary. She's the one who likes to be behind the scenes. But Michelle and I went to TSP Live last week, great conference. And while we were there, I was like, Michelle, we should do a blog tank, very similar to Shark Tank, where we will have 5 bloggers. We will choose 5 bloggers, but you have to be in attendance there. And we will have some of the leadership team and some of our speakers critique your blog and give you some information and some tips that you can walk away and immediately use so that you can begin to really monetize your platform. So we are going to introduce Blog Tank at the boot camp this year. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. But if you know me, you know I love those types of reality shows. So I will try not to be like Mr. Wonderful. I will try to be nice when I give my advice, but I'm going to make sure that you leave so that you know how to make some money from your platform. Okay, so those are the things you can expect to see at this year's boot camp. And every week I'll share more details about the boot camp. Today was kind of an overview, and then each week I will share one aspect in a little bit more detail. But honestly, even though I'm on a panel, I'm way more excited about the blog tank than anything, because who wouldn't want free advice? You bought a ticket to a conference and you are going to have actual influencers in Houston give you advice and not charge you for it. I know that's not something that you can get other places because somebody's going to slide you that PayPal link in a heartbeat. So we are going to choose 5 people who are in attendance at the boot camp. So we'll give more details about how you can enter to be chosen as one of the 5 people, because you will have to pitch. You will have to pitch us, and then we are going to critique that pitch, and we are going to critique your blog, your podcast, or your YouTube channel. Okay, so this shall be fun. Okay, so let's go back a little bit to Tribe. The Tribe may have started with one person, and that was the person who created it. Remember, that's not me. But it has support both within our membership, and we have our community partnerships. I talked about some of our community partnerships earlier, such as Houston Latina Bloggers, the co-founders of Hispanicized Texas, Houston Bloggers, and some Oh yeah, see, somebody else is excited for the blog tank. Okay, so Carissa, if it's just you and I, we will be cheering for everybody who. Oh, okay, you just moved over from Instagram. Okay, but we will be cheering for those people who get chosen. I'm excited. But so, and then we also have our state partnerships with North Texas Black Bloggers Association, Austin Black Bloggers, and San Antonio Black Bloggers. Those are our sister organizations. So we lost a few members because they moved to Dallas for personal reasons. And so that means the North Texas Black Bloggers Association got 3 of our members because they moved to Dallas. So if you live in Texas and you move to North Texas, to Austin area or San Antonio, we can still give you access to a blog association, a blog group that you can belong to. So even though we may be the first in the country, we did help start those 3 organizations. That way we, as Black bloggers around the state, can still support one another. We need to know if there's any Black bloggers out in El Paso or down in Corpus or Victoria, so that we can help you guys get started and we can create a Texas-wide network of Black bloggers. And then also, you know, we have support from bloggers as far away as DC, New York, Georgia, Chicago, and California. When you are in our tribe, you have access to our Rolodex. Now, we're not going to give you those people, but we will help you make those connections for whatever you want to do with your platform. Okay. Oh, before I forget, I do want to give a huge thank you to one of our sponsors for the bootcamp, Search for Her Existence, otherwise known as She, for being a sponsor of our 3rd annual blog bootcamp on August 5th. I have known Rajade Richmond for years. She is actually my intellectual property attorney. Yes, I did get my IP attorney to sponsor the boot camp. And the reason I wanted my IP attorney to sponsor the boot camp, we are in a industry where people steal your stuff. And they think nothing is wrong with that. And it's like, what do you do when someone steals your whole blog post, or they steal your name, or they steal your idea? So we have Search for Her Existence, or She, who is sponsoring. And she helped me get my trademark. She's helped several other people I've referred to her get their trademark as well. She is an attorney, so it's not one of those people who just like, oh, okay, you know, I know how to do the paperwork. No, she went to law school and everything for this. So Search for Her Existence, we greatly appreciate your support, and we love promoting you because people steal and people need to know how to protect their intellectual property. So that is one of our sponsors. Okay, so HAB exists as the first membership-based association in the country specifically for African American content creators for a particular city, because we need a safe space to vent, ask questions, learn, and grow. We need a safe space to branch out and do this online thing, because we know our family does not understand it. My mom doesn't understand, but guess what? She takes my pictures for my blog posts and Instagram and everything else. She's been supportive since day one, but she still doesn't know how this works. She just knows that I get paid. We need a safe space to meet like minds who get and understand our passion and our interest for all things social media, blogging, podcasts, and everything else. HAB exists so that you feel that you can belong to a group of people who get you, who understand you, and who will not judge you for being on the internet all day, because you're not really playing, you are working. Okay? Now, you can socialize with anyone at any time, But if you want to really learn how to become an influencer, build your platform legally, because we do talk about DBA, LLC, EIN number, bank accounts, all of that. We talk about that in our group with our members, because you need to understand, when a brand pays you, you do not stick that in your personal bank account. That's a no-no. Okay, tax reasons. We are not trying to get anyone caught up with the tax man. So we do help you understand what you can and cannot do, what you should and should not do. And from a legal standpoint, that's why we have the attorneys that we can refer you out to. Rajid, Casey, or Nicole. We have 3 attorneys that we can work with, that we can refer you to. We talk about taxes. Charlene is our CPA for the group, so she literally understands the online world because she took the time. So we have a CPA for you that we can refer you to. Bank, Unity Bank, Unity National Bank. That is the Black-owned bank in Houston. That is the bank we will refer you to when you want to open up your business account. As far as business development, we do have some business development coaches in there. You know, Tiffany, eFabulous, Michelle. Trying to think who else is in the group. I am not going to do your business development. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, so don't be surprised when I say here's a referral to someone else. I'm not doing it. I did it for years. I'm not doing it. I enjoy giving you opportunities to get paid. That's where I am right now with helping bloggers. Okay, we want to help you learn how to become an influencer. I don't have large numbers on Instagram, Twitter. I don't have large numbers online. But guess what? My connection got every member into the Black Enterprise Summit for free. I worked with AT&T during that summit. Oh, okay, Instagram pause. I may not have a large number personally, but I know how to get people's attention, and I know how to get people to pay attention, and I know how to get people to work with our group. That's what I do. So if you are struggling with trying to become an influencer, you may want to be part of our tribe and learn. You don't need large numbers. I know people who have huge numbers here in Houston who are online content creators, and they still work a 9 to 5. Now, I still teach because I enjoy it, but they still literally have to work 40 hours a week because they are not getting paid from their platform. They do not monetize in a way where they are able to leave their job. So they're still having to work 40 hours a week and do all this other stuff that makes them look good online. We're not about helping you look good. We're about helping you get paid. Okay? That may not sound good to some people, but I'm all about helping you get paid. So membership has its benefits. And this is not just for women. We do have men in the group. FYI, this is not a women's organization. This is not a women's group. We do have men in the group. This is for African American online content creators in Houston. All you need to do is have a platform. You don't have to have it up big and popping. You just need to have one, and we'll teach you how to make it into whatever it is you want it to be. If I were you, I would go ahead right now and sign up either for the boot camp, and you get to know a little bit more about us, or I would say sign up for membership. Membership dues are $10 a month or $100 a year. That's it. Once you pay your membership dues, everything associated with HAB is free for you. We do not believe in charging you to pay for everything we do after you've already paid your dues. That just makes no sense to me. None. I don't understand why people do that, but I do. They're trying to get paid. They're trying to make some money, okay? But this is a collective. So this is not my business. This is not where I'm trying to, Is not where I'm trying to get paid. It's not where I'm trying to make money off of your membership dues. In fact, our entire leadership team is volunteer based. All of the money that HAB makes goes into HAB's bank account and is used for HAB events. And it's used to do things for members. We do not get paid for this. This is a collective. This is an organization. This is an association for African American content creators. This is not a business where Vernetta Freeney is getting paid. I have my own business. I make my own money. This is a collective that I really felt needed to be here because we need a safe space. The reason you are paying your dues is so that when we meet in person, there's food, because I'm not going to be paying out of pocket for that. When we host the boot camp, we can get things rolling until we start getting sponsors to help us out. What are some other things that we'd, speakers. We have to provide things when we have in-person speakers, and we have to pay for that, and venues, and things get kind of expensive, we have to pay for our CPA. She's not going to work for free. And we have to pay if we need an attorney. These are things that the group needs, so that's where your dues are going. And then also, think about it. We provide monthly trainings by top-notch, nationally known influencers, bloggers, podcasters, and you're only paying $10 a month to that access. That is probably, I know most other blog groups, they charge minimum $25 for a 1-hour webinar. And we're charging you $10 a month for everything I stated and more. Because there are more things that we're working on as the leadership team that we will announce later that will be for our members. And then we also have our holiday party every December where your family could come out, and that's the only thing you will have to pay out of pocket is the food. We'll probably use a restaurant and everybody just pays their own, but the restaurant usually gives us a pretty nice discount when we come. So that is all I have to say. I will give everyone a moment to, I didn't realize how long I talked, but give everyone a moment to post questions if you have questions. Remember, every Friday, this is Q&A for me to answer your questions about HAB. So I'll give a moment so you can post your questions. If not, post them on Instagram. Charlotte or myself or someone else will answer them. Post them on this video, and someone will get back to you. But are there any questions before I leave? Because remember, every Friday at noon, I will not go longer than an hour. This is just your lunch hour little chat with me about all things in the blogging world, all things in the podcast world, about HAB, all things on YouTube, in the influencer world, making money online, things that are quite interesting to people like us. So if there are no questions, I will always check questions later. I want to reintroduce who I am and who HAB is for those who came in a little later. My name is Vernetta R. Freeney, and I'm the organizer of the Houston African American Bloggers Association, otherwise known as HAB. HAB helps our members get paid, gain exclusive access to high connections, and stay up to date on the latest industry news, trends, and strategies. We do this because we know how challenging it is for African American voices to not only be heard, but to be respected and accepted in the online content creator world. If nothing else, thank you for joining me for our first, I don't even know what we named this series. But, you know, I'm going to be here every Friday, y'all. Serious. I'm going to be here every Friday, even if I'm talking to myself, because I want you guys to really get some information that's useful. I want you to really understand what HAV is and what we are about. This is not a business for myself or anyone else. We're not getting paid. This is literally a tribe to help African American online content creators have a safe space. So if that's you, join us. If you want to kind of get a little bit more about who we are, then join us at the boot camp, and you'll really kind of see us in our element, and you'll see us shine, because what we do best is make sure that we amplify the voice and the message of those brands and those businesses that we're working with. If nothing else, I will see you guys next Friday. And don't forget to join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hashtag HAAB 2017 for our weekly Twitter chat. For those who want to kind of get to know more about some topics, we would chat every Sunday on Twitter. And this week's topic is blogging dead? That's what we will be talking about on Twitter. Last week we talked about blogger versus journalist. You can go to our blog and read that recap. I am so excited, so excited. Charlotte is managing the Twitter chats. I am managing the lives. You are getting to know a lot more about us, and we are excited to share all there is to know about HAV. So we will see you online, because that's where we live, play, and work. All right, until next Friday, enjoy your weekend.